All right, talking points memo, death on the left. Okay. Mamdani, 34 years old, elected mayor of New York City. New York is having the worst cold wave it's had in 4 decades. 16 people dead so far, 13 hypothermia. 13 froze to death. Why? Because Mamdani is not forcing homeless people into warming centers, as every other mayor in New York City's history has done. Let that sink in. 34-year-old guy can't run a Taco Bell. He's running the largest city on earth, in the United States. Okay? 13 people froze to death because Mamdani will not enforce the cold weather emergency program, which is now turned into Code Blue. Very simple. When a New York City police officer sees someone in distress and it is below freezing, the officers take the person into custody and bring them to a shelter or a warming center. And Mamdani says no. Didn't order it. There's no official order, but the cops are standing down. Okay. We all have the picture here. Now, Mamdani's got to explain himself with 13 hypothermias, correct? Here's what he said.
The deaths that we have seen at this time, it does not appear there is any relationship between encampments and what we've seen with these 16 New Yorkers. The policy on encampments, we have long said that it was a failure to pursue a policy in the manner that the previous administration did, and we've said that it's a failure because of its having only connected 3 New Yorkers with permanent housing over the course of 365 days.
That's just gibberish. That's all it is gibberish. You know, it gets me angry. Answer the question. Why didn't you take all these people in? Why'd you leave them out there in 2-degree weather? Why? Oh, they have a previous policy. Come on. So, I'm not going to accuse the mayor of a crime, but neglect? My God. Minneapolis, same thing, different scenario. This is going to be harsh, but here it is, and it's true. If Walz and Frey, governor and mayor of Minneapolis, had done the right and legal thing and provided protection for ICE from state and city cops, the 2 people who are dead would be alive today. That is the truth. So Renee Good and Alex Preddy would be alive because what they were doing was interfering in a federal investigation. The local police could have prevented them from doing that by arrest or just telling them, move along. For example, if the Minneapolis police had been on Preddy's block when they should have been because they knew there was trouble there, but they stood down, they could have blocked Preddy from coming at the ICE agents, which he did. Preddy went out of his way to insert himself into an investigation. The Minneapolis cops could have blocked that, but nobody in there. Same thing with Good in the car. The Minneapolis cops could have gone up to the car, said, move along, madam, or you're going to be arrested. If she didn't move along, they arrest her. ICE agents should not have to do that. They should not be in danger. The local cops should be providing security. That's called public safety, right? So now we got 13 dead because of the communist Mamdani in New York City, and 2 dead because of the far left radical governance of Minnesota. Now, am I surprised? No. This happens in every totalitarian left-wing place on the planet. I mean, look, if you read Confronting Evil, All right, you see, every single communist and socialist nation does this stuff. They don't care about human life. On and on and on and on. So I wanted to bring it to your attention because it's going to get worse. You cannot have a system where some laws are obeyed and others aren't. You cannot allow people to freeze to death. You have to forcibly remove them. The drug addicts don't care if they die. I know that. But we as a society have to care. Don't we? And that's the memo.